press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Classification of elements in the periodic table into S, P, D, F block. In the part 2, we are seeing now classification of elements in periodic table. Into S block, P block, D block and F block based on electronic configuration. Based on electronic configurations. So in last part we have seen Moseley's modern periodic table. In the modern periodic table, based on electronic configuration, atoms are arranged in the 4 blocks. Extreme left it is S block, very reactive elements. Extreme right 6 groups are P blocks, less reactive elements. In between S and P there is a D block, is called transition elements, which gives colored and complex compounds. Below the periodic table there is a 6th and 7th period part is available, that is called lanthanides and actinides, that is been called F block elements. So the S block, P block, D block and F block classified based on electronic configuration. Atoms of elements, the last electrons of atoms where it is getting filled up. If it is getting filled in S block, then it is S block elements. If the last electron filled in P block, it is a P block elements. If the last electron of the atom filled in D block, it is a D block elements. Last electron of the atom filled in F block, it is F block elements. So totally in the modern periodic table is having 4 blocks. Extreme left very reactive S block, extreme right very reactive P block. In between S and P it is D block, about 10 groups. Below the main periodic table F block is available. Now we will see one by one block wise. First we will see S block. The S block elements is having the electronic configuration is 1 N-S-1 or 2. If N indicates the main energy level, principal quantum number also. If Ns1 indicates it's a first group elements, all the group elements are called as family. It is being considered as one family. The first group is called alkali family. Suppose if the last electron filled in the NS2, then it is a second group elements in the periodic table. First group elements is called alkali metals. First group is called alkali metals. First group is called alkali metals. Second group is called alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals. So the electronic configuration NS1 or 2. First group elements is called alkali metals. Second group elements is called alkaline earth metals. So the overall for this S block general characteristics. General characteristics, the elements will be soft elements. S block elements. First general characteristics is the one, it is S block elements are soft elements. Even these elements can be cut with blade. Ordinary blade is enough to cut the metals. For example, sodium. Sodium metal can be cut with a blade. It is always stored in kerosene because it is a very reactive metals. So then one general characteristic it is soft elements. Second, it is low melting and boiling points. It has low melting and boiling points. Low melting and boiling points. Third, it is having low ionization enthalpy or low ionization energy. What is ionization enthalpy or ionization energy? The energy supplied to remove an electron from the outermost orbit. For examples, if it is atom is having nucleus, first energy level, second energy level. So this is an electron. To remove this one electron, we have to supply the energy. We have to supply the energy. This energy is called ionization energy. What is ionization energy? The energy supplied to remove an electron from the outermost energy level is called ionization energy. So the third point, so these S block elements is having low ionization energy. Low ionization energy. When it is having the low ionization energy, any elements with low ionization energy easily loses the electron. So after losing the electron, the atom gets a positive charge. So these elements are electropositive. These elements are electropositive. So the general characteristics of the S block, first one it is soft metals or soft elements. Second, it is having low melting and boiling points. And third general characteristics is it has the low ionization energy, that means less energy supplied to remove electrons. Due to this low ionization energy, the S block elements are electropositive. S block elements are electropositive. So the other general characteristics, the fourth general characteristics it is, these S block elements are very reactive. S block elements are very reactive. It easily loses the electrons. So very reactive elements always occurs in native state, single state, not combined with any other atom or elements. Very reactive, available in native state. Native state means not available in combined state. Native state means not available in the combined state. Not in combined state with other atom or elements. And the next it is the first group elements, which is called alkali metals. It is having the oxidation state of +1 for the first group. First group is having oxidation state of +1. Oxidation state is +2 for the second group elements. Alkali metals is having the oxidation state +1. That means loses 1 electrons. Second group elements, it is alkaline earth metals, loses 2 electrons. That's why oxidation state is +2. Plus indicates losing of electrons, minus indicates gaining of electrons. Plus indicates losing of electrons and minus indicates the gaining of electrons. Next it is, easily it loses the electrons. Losing of electron is called oxidation. Losing of electron is called oxidation. S block elements loses the electron because low ionization energy. So losing of electron is oxidation. So these are good reducing agent. These are good reducing agent. Reducing agent undergoes oxidation. Reducing agent undergoes oxidation, and oxidizing agent undergoes reductions. Reducing agent undergoes oxidation and oxidizing agent undergoes reductions. So the S block elements, it is having and property of the oxidations, and it is the S block elements produces ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are electrovalent compounds. Ionic compounds, when after become positive and negative charge, due to electrostatic force of attraction, it produces ionic compounds. And there is a 2 elements of the S block, lithium and beryllium. Lithium and beryllium. Beryllium produces covalent bond. Covalent bond is a mutual sharing of electrons. Covalent bond formed by mutual sharing of electrons. So in majority cases, The S block elements produces ionic bond. The few cases like lithium and beryllium produces covalent bonded compounds. The last point of this, hydrogen placed in the S block, in the top of the S block, first group. Why hydrogen placed in? Hydrogen is not an alkali metal, it is a gas, it is not the metal. But it is placed in first group because it is having one S electron, S orbital electrons. That's the reason it is placed in the top of the first group. It also can be placed in the seventh group. Seventh group is the 17th group. In modern periodic table, it is the 17th group. The 17th group is halogens. So it can be hydrogen can be placed in the first group or it can be placed in the 17th group. The reason is, if it gets one electron, it becomes the electronic configuration of the inert gas, passive gas or noble gas, 18th group elements. Completion of filling of electron in the orbitals. So the hydrogen mimics halogens. Hydrogen and halogens are similar. It requires one electron to become inert gas electronic configuration. Halogen requires one electron to become electronic configuration of noble gas. Noble gas, inert gas, passive gas, aerogens, everything is the same. So these are the general characteristics of the S block. Next we will move to P block. P block is available extreme right of the periodic table. The electronic configuration for the P block, it is NS2 NP 1 to 6. 1 to 6 means 6 groups are available for the P block electronic configuration. Electronic configuration 1 to 6, or in simply I'll write EC. EC, it is electronic configuration NS2 and NP 1 to 6. So the P block elements, there is a 18th group is called noble gas. 17th group is a halogen family. 17th group is a halogen family. 16th group is the chalcogens. Chalcogens means these 16th group elements combines with other elements to form the minerals or the ores. That's why it is called as chalcogens. So based on the electronic configuration, the P block is having 13th group to 18th group is called as P block elements. The 13th group to 18th group will be called as P block elements, but these have in The top of this, it is having non-metals. If we move down from top to bottom, then we will face metalloids. Lastly, it is a heavy elements. Lastly, it is heavy elements that is having metal character. But in S block, except hydrogen, remaining all are metals. In P block, we will get three types of the non-metals, the top of the P block. If we move down from top to bottom, non-metals followed by metalloids. What is metalloids? It is having the mixture property. Partially it can behave as a metals and also behaves as a non-metals. Then it is called as metalloids. The heavy elements at the bottom of the P block is called metals. So all the three types are available. Non-metals are available. Metalloids, both metallic and non-metallic character, and metals are available in the P block. And 18th group, it is a noble gas, inert gas, passive gas, aerogens. So that is having a completed electronic configuration of electrons in all the orbitals, in all orbitals. So now, general characteristics of the P block. General characteristics of the P block. Suppose left hand side, if we are moving, if we move left to right, metal character into non-metal. Left to right, if we move, the metallic character decreases. Metal into or metallic character decreases. Metallic character decreases. Suppose if we move top to bottom, metallic character increases. Metallic character increases. So this about the introduction about the P block. Then the general characteristics of the P block. General characteristics of the P block. The first one, it is having, P block is having, first point, it has variable oxidation state. It has variable oxidation state. What is variable oxidation state? In S block I told, alkali metals is having +1, alkaline earth metals is having +2, only one oxidation state. But in P block, some elements, for example carbon, is having the number of oxidation states. Carbon is a non-metal and it is having the number of oxidation state -4, -3, -2, 0, +1, +2, +3, like that. Number of variable oxidation states is available for the P block elements. Next it is, this forms the covalent compound. This forms the covalent compounds. So P block forms the covalent compounds, also ionic compounds. Some compounds also ionic compounds. Next, in third point, so this compound S block is having the low ionization energy, but P block is having high ionization energy. S block is having the low ionization energy and P block is having the high ionization energy. What is ionization energy? The energy supplied to remove electron from the outermost orbit or outermost energy level. So now when it is having high ionization energy, this is electronegative. S block is a electropositive, P block is a electronegative. S block is a electropositive, loses the electron, but P block electronegative gains the electron. So now next it is these P block elements forms acidic oxide. Forms acidic oxide. If these elements combines with oxygen, then it will become acidic oxide. For examples, carbon dioxide. Carbon is a P block element. With oxygen, it becomes the carbon dioxide, acidic oxide. Acidic oxide, it is acidic in nature. So the compounds produces acidic oxides. The 18th group in the periodic table, already I mentioned, 18th group is called noble gas, rare gas, passive gas and aerogens. So the other general properties. Here also, like hydrogen, how it is placed in S block. Here how hydrogen placed in S block, helium is also placed in P block, but helium is S block element. It is having only 2 electrons, 1s2 electrons. It is to be placed in S block, but already it is having filled orbital with the electrons, completed electronic configuration. Due to the completion of electronic configuration, it gives the properties like a noble gas. In the 6th point, helium, S block element with the electronic configuration of 1s2 with the filled electronic configuration shows similar properties of noble gas. Similar properties of noble gas. Helium is having only 2 s electrons. Helium is having the 2 electron and it is S block element, but it is a completion of the electronic configuration. Due to the completion of electronic configuration, it is placed in the 18th group and its properties are similar to the rare gas or noble gas. Due to that reasons, in 18th group, top the helium is placed. 18th group, top it is helium is placed. Now properties of the noble gas. Next it is earlier I told S block elements and P block elements are called representative elements. S block and P block elements are called as representative elements. Representative are typical elements. Representative are the typical elements. Representative are the typical elements. So these about the P block. Next it is, so which are called representative elements? S block extreme left, P block extreme right, both are called representative elements or typical elements or typical elements. So then next it is D block. D block always filled in the penultimate orbital. What is penultimate orbital? Suppose if an atom is having 5 energy levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy levels. S orbital and P orbital filled in the 5th energy level, but D orbital filled in the 4th energy level. That orbital is called penultimate orbital or penultimate energy level or penultimate shell. N number indicates the principal quantum number, the energy level of an atom. The energy level of an atoms. So the D block elements, the electronic configuration is N minus 1. N is the highest energy level, minus 1. D orbital is having the electrons. D orbitals are 5. Each orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. 5 orbital can accommodate 10 electrons. So 10 groups are available in the periodic table. 10 groups are available in the periodic table. So penultimate orbital it is been filled. Then 1 to 10 and N S orbital 1 to 2 is electronic configuration for the D orbital. Electronic configuration N minus 1 D 1 to 10. It may be 1 electron or 2 electron or 3 electron up to 10 electrons. 10 groups will be available. Third group to 12th group is called as D block. 10 groups are available. Third group to 12th group. So which element is called as D block elements? The last electron has to get filled in the D orbitals, either in atomic state or in ionic state. Then it is called D block elements. But the 12th group elements, the last electrons are not filled in the or not half filled in the 12th group. For example, zinc, cadmium, that all will be coming next. In ionic state, the D block is to be half filled, or in atomic state, at least 1 orbital is to be half filled. The last electron has to get filled up in the d orbital, either in ionic state or in atomic state, then it is called as d block elements. But in one group, in ionic state it is completely filled, in atomic state it is completely filled, but still it is been called as d block elements, that is the 12th group elements. Why it is been placed in d block? Because it is having the similar properties like other d block elements, similar properties like other d block elements. So the next it is, so then in this d block elements, fourth period 3D series. Fourth period 3D series, 10 elements are there. Fifth period 4D series, another 10 elements are available. Fourth period, fifth period and sixth period 5D series, because t orbital always filled in the penultimate shell. 5D series having 10 elements. Totally 10 plus 10 plus 10, totally 30 elements are called as transition elements. These 10 elements are called as transition elements. What is a transition? Changes. Transition means changes. What is transited here? In periodic table, left hand side is a very reactive elements, right hand side is less reactive elements. If we move left to right in the periodic table, more reactive to less reactive elements. In between what is coming? D block. So there it is a bridge. It is a bridge between more reactive elements and less reactive elements. D block is the bridge between the more reactive elements to the less reactive elements. That's why it is called transition elements. The 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, the 30 elements are called as transition elements. Then what is general characteristics of the D block? General characteristics of the D block. We will see general characteristics of the T block. The first one, it is hard and high melting metals. D block is hard, high melting metals. Hard and high melting metals, and these also having variable oxidation state. These also having the variable oxidation states due to more in number of oxidation state. For examples, manganese is having more oxidation state. Manganese is having the more oxidation state. Due to more in number of oxidation state, these produces complex and colored compounds. D block produces complex and colored compounds. Complex and colored compounds. Due to more in number of oxidation state, the D block elements produces complex compounds. Complex compounds are called coordination compounds, comes in the second PUC syllabus. Complex ion available compound is called complex compounds. Potassium ferrocyanide, potassium ferricyanide, and that all called as complex compounds. In next it is, these produces covalent compounds and also the ionic compounds. Covalent compounds and the compounds is having paramagnetism, shows paramagnetism, shows the paramagnetism. What is paramagnetism? See one orbital. This is one orbital is having only one electrons. Another orbital is having two electrons. Each orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electrons. If an atom with half-filled orbital, if an atom filled with half-filled electrons, that shows the paramagnetism. That shows the paramagnetism. Paramagnetism means attracted by the magnet. It is attracted by magnet. Then what is if orbital is completely filled? No orbital is half filled. The orbital is, if it is completely filled, that shows the diamagnetic. That is a diamagnetic. Diamagnetic means not attracted by the magnet. Not attracted by magnet. Not attracted by the magnet. The next it is that D block element forms alloys. Examples: brass. Brass is an alloy. It is a mixture of copper and zinc. It is a mixture of copper and plus zinc. Alloys are formed. Solid solution. Alloys is nothing but here solid solution or homogeneous solid solution is called alloys. Here metal and metal combines to form the alloys. One metal is copper, another metal is a zinc. Both combines, then there is a formation of brass. Next it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Good conductor of heat and electricity, and one side, why it is called a transition elements? Transition means bridge between more reactive first and second group and less reactive 13 and 14th group. So it is a bridge. Transition elements are available as a bridge between more reactive first and second group and less reactive 13th and 14th group. So third group to 12th group is the transition elements. In this also the metals, third, fourth, fifth, more reactive metals. 10, 11, 12 less reactive metals. 10, 11, 12 and less reactive metals. And And I told the 12th group, the last electron is not getting filled in the ionic state as well as in atomic state, but still it is considered as a d block elements. Zinc, cadmium and mercury. Zinc, cadmium and mercury, all the three is not in ionic state or not in atomic state. The last electrons of the not filled in the d orbitals. It is completely filled in the ionic state, it is completely filled in the atomic state, but still it is considered as the d block elements, and because this been called as non-transitional elements. This is been called as non-transitional elements. The reason is the last electrons of the d orbital not filled in the ionic state and in atomic state, but still the properties are similar to other d block elements. Due to this reason, it is available in the 12th group is zinc, cadmium and mercury. It is considered as a non-transitional elements. Non-transitional elements. The elements of the d block, it is a transitional elements and it is a bridge between the more reactive elements and the less reactive elements. Next we will move to F block. F block elements. For the F block elements, the electronic configuration d block, d orbital filled in the penultimate energy level, F block filled in the anti-penultimate energy level. Anti-penultimate energy level. F electrons filled in anti-penultimate energy level. Anti-penultimate energy level. Then what is the electronic configurations? It is n minus 2 f orbital is having the 7 orbitals and accommodates the maximum of 14 electrons. So it is 1 to 14. Then n minus 1 d orbital 1 to 10 electrons. Then ns 2 electrons. Last it is ns 2 electrons. The electronic configuration of the F block. Electronic configuration of the F block. So here atomic number 57 for the element lanthanum. Atomic number 57 for lanthanum. So 58 to 71 followed by the lanthanum. So it is called lanthanides. It is called lanthanides, non-radioactive elements. Atomic number 89 is called as actinium. Atomic number 89 is called as actinium, actinium following 14 elements. That means 90 to 103 is called as actinides. Actinides, it is a radioactive elements. Radioactive elements. Actinides is the radioactive elements. So now the radioactive elements, but the chemistry of actinides still not very clear. Chemistry of actinides still not very clear. Next, it is a general characteristics of the F block elements. General characteristics. General characteristics of the F block elements. One, it is having variable oxidation state. Variable oxidation state means the compound can produce colored and complex compounds. Produces colored and complex compounds. Colored and complex compounds, and it is have high density. So the other general characteristics. Now, complex compounds and colored compounds, and it is having high melting metals. High melting metals. Actinides are the radioactive. Actinides are radioactive elements. Radioactive elements, and F block elements are called inner transition elements. F block elements are called as inner transition elements. F block elements are called as inner transition elements. The elements comes after uranium. Uranium is a radioactive element. It's about 90 range the atomic number. The elements comes after uranium, 92 onwards. Trans uranium elements called as after uranium is trans uranium compounds. Trans uranium compounds. So these are the 4 blocks of the modern periodic table. 4 block of the S block, P block, D block and F block elements. S, P, D available in the main periodic table, and F block available at the bottom of the main periodic table, actinides and lanthanides. So in next period, you will see the nomenclature of the elements with atomic number more than 100. In final examination, in board it gives 1 mark questions. So then, nomenclature of elements with atomic number greater than 100 in next we will see.